There are over 40,000 major grocery stores in the United States. There are over 98,000 public schools. By comparison, there are fewer than 600 known hardened military bunkers. When the world ends, the math is simple. The fortresses you see in movies will be overrun, sealed, or non-existent. Your survival will not be determined by a secret bunker. It will be determined by the everyday civilian buildings you drive past without a second glance.
We are about to analyze the hidden potential of these common structures. We will count down the top 5 civilian buildings that could be your salvation, ranking them on a brutal calculus of defensibility, resources, and long-term viability. But we'll also expose the #1 building that most people think is a sanctuary, but is actually a death trap. The answers will surprise you, and one of them might just save your life.
Before we begin the countdown, let's test your survival instincts. The city is falling. You have 60 seconds to run into your local hardware store and grab one and only one item to use as a primary weapon. Are you taking the obvious machete, the versatile crowbar, or the silent but deadly nail gun? Let us know your weapon of choice and your reason why in the comments below. It's a classic debate, and there is no single right answer.
Now, let's get one thing straight. The most popular survival fantasy is also the deadliest trap. What's the first place you see in every zombie movie? The shopping mall. It's a catastrophic choice. A mall is a death trap disguised as a sanctuary. It's designed for foot traffic, meaning it has dozens of massive plate glass entrances that are impossible to secure.
It's filled with soft goods stores, clothing, and jewelry, but has surprisingly little food, water, or useful tools. Worse, it's a beacon. It will attract hundreds of desperate, panicked survivors who will quickly turn on each other. It's not a fortress, it's a tomb. You will die there. So what makes a good fortress? With military-grade security off the table, our criteria for survival have to change. The new rules are all about trade-offs. First, defensibility. How many entrances are there, and can they be sealed? Are the walls made of brick and concrete, or glass and wood?
Second, resources. Does it have food, water, medicine, or the tools to get them? Third, the X factor. Does this location have a unique, game-changing asset that no other place does? We're not looking for a perfect place. We're looking for the best possible choice in a world gone mad.
This brings us to our number 5 fortress, the modern high school. Think about it. When you were a kid, you probably felt like it was a prison. You weren't entirely wrong. Most modern schools are built from cinder block and brick, with heavy-duty steel doors and locks designed to control the flow of people. They have multiple, distinct advantages.
They contain a massive food stockpile in the cafeteria, a nurse's office for medical supplies, a wood and metal shop for tools, and a library for crucial survival knowledge. It's a self-contained campus. But it has a fatal, ground-level flaw. Windows. Hundreds and hundreds of them. A high school is a decent day-one shelter, but it's a death sentence unless you can barricade every single one of those windows, all while fighting off the panicked crowds that will inevitably gather there.
For our number 4 spot, we have a place that's a true armory for a new world, the home improvement store. What if you had a near unlimited supply of weapons and building materials? That's a Home Depot or Lowe's. The entire building is a construction yard filled with lumber, steel, concrete bags, rope, and barbed wire. It has generators for power, propane for fuel, and every tool you could dream of for building fortifications. Best of all, it has rolling steel cargo doors. These are true fortress gates. But its X factor is also its most glaring weakness. It has zero food. It has no medicine. You can build the strongest fortress in the city, but you will starve to death inside it in a matter of weeks. The lesson here is critical. This is not a long-term home. It's the most important looting run of your life.
Coming in at number 3 is the ultimate high-risk, high-reward gamble, the modern prison. What if the perfect zombie fortress already exists? A place literally designed to contain a violent, unthinking population. County jails and state prisons offer unmatched defensibility. We're talking 30-foot concrete walls, reinforced steel gates, guard towers for a 360-degree view, and centralized choke points that make defense manageable.
They also have their own power generators, massive industrial kitchens and food stockpiles, and medical wards. It is, on paper, the perfect sanctuary. But it comes with a terrifying all-or-nothing risk. What if the outbreak started inside? You could be walking into a steel and concrete trap locked in with hundreds of the strongest, most dangerous zombies imaginable. An empty prison is a kingdom. A full one is a tomb.
You know, analyzing these trade-offs really forces you to think strategically, to weigh risks and rewards in a way most of us never have to. It's a fascinating, high-stakes puzzle. If you're finding this breakdown as compelling as we do, consider subscribing. We dive deep into survival scenarios, tactical analysis, and the what-ifs of a world on the brink, and you won't want to miss what we have planned next.
At number 2, we have the most obvious and most dangerous prize on the map, the superstore, a Costco or a Sam's Club. Imagine a single building that contains enough food to last 1,000 people a year. This is the single greatest stockpile of resources on the planet. We're talking pallets of non-perishable food, mountains of bottled water, a full-service pharmacy for medicine, plus generators, clothing, tools, and bedding. The building itself is a fortress, a concrete box with almost no windows and only 2 or 3 massive roll-down steel entrances. It is the ultimate prize, and that is precisely its fatal flaw. It is not a secret. It will be the single most contested, violent, and blood-soaked location in any city. You don't take a Costco, you survive it. Going there isn't a supply run. It's a declaration of war against every other desperate survivor in a 50-mile radius.
And now, our number 1 civilian fortress. We've talked about food, tools, and walls. But what if the ultimate fortress wasn't about any of those things, but about the one resource that will vanish from the world in less than a week? Power. The number 1 civilian fortress is the hydroelectric dam. This is a structure of pure, brutalist concrete, engineered to hold back the force of a river. It is often located in a remote, naturally defensible position, like a steep canyon.
It is an impenetrable fortress of steel and stone, but its X factor is the one thing that matters for long-term survival. It provides an endless supply of electricity. Power means lights, it means security systems, it means the ability to weld, to run communications, to power tools. It means you can start to rebuild. Of course, it has 0 food and 0 medical supplies.
But this isn't a place for a lone wolf. It's the place a skilled team takes after the initial chaos. It's not about surviving the first week. It's about winning the next 10 years.
In the end, it's clear that no civilian building is perfect. Survival is a brutal trade-off. You are forced to choose between the food and chaos of a superstore, the empty but deadly security of a prison, or the long-term potential of a power dam. But what if you can't reach any of them?
What if you're trapped in your own home or stuck in your car? In our next video, we're going to expose the top 5 zombie movie myths that you've been taught your whole life and explain why they will get you killed. You will not want to miss it.